Hey, so I recently reached out to you all to ask me any small questions that didn't really warrant a full video. And in this one, I'm going to tackle them. So we've got loads of questions on equipment, on pricing, on Moggy. And at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you some exciting new news that I've had, which I'm going to leave till the end because it's probably not exciting for everyone, but I'm excited. So we'll see how it goes. Here we go. So first question, bear with me. What is Moggy's favourite food? It's salmon. She loves baked salmon. Don't know why. I've tried on chicken. She liked it for a bit, but now she's into salmon. These are all going to be cat questions, aren't they? Here we go. How do you offset diffraction when you're shooting at f16? I don't. And I've been asked this a lot because I shoot a lot between f13 and f16. Sort of f10's about as wide open as I go. I don't worry about diffraction for a few reasons. One is the Zeiss Milvus doesn't really suffer that badly from it compared to some lenses. And two is, what can I do? I need that depth of field. I need that amount of light. There's a Moggy fluff thing going there. And there's no other way around it. If I was really bothered by it, I'd go for a bellows camera and sort of get the movements all in so I can get a greater depth of field using a tilt shift lens. But no one's ever complained about diffraction in my images, so I don't lose sleep over it. That's not probably the answer you're looking for, but that's how I feel about it. Do I ever think of dabbling in video? No, and yes. I've recently started doing some directing for some commercials and bits like that, but I'm not going to be the person holding the video camera. This is ample video work for me. Quite enjoy doing this. I actually really enjoy doing the editing, but I'd never make enough money doing that to make a living because I'm just not good enough, but I do enjoy it. So that's kind of like a bit of a hobby, I guess. But yes, no, I don't plan on doing video any further than being a director on a shoot. Do I use one of those Excel pricing sheets? Kind of. I go off the AOP guidelines. I'll pop a link to that in the description. It's in most of my video descriptions. They're just you should join as a member. They're very good. But the AOP have a usage guideline, which you often work from, but then it's always a negotiation and jobs are always different. So there's not really a spreadsheet to answer the question. It's more experience. Do I sometimes cook what I'm shooting? Now, this is a bit of a dark secret of mine. I can't cook. Really at all. Like I can cook food and make it edible, but I can't cook. I can do myself a nice chicken breast with a sweet potato and some spinach for a little snack before the gym. I can boil an egg. But yeah, that's about the limit of my food skill sets. Most people assume that food photographers like cooking. I hate cooking. I love eating and not particularly always like fancy food. It's not all about caviar and goose barnacles. I'm quite into a crisp sandwich, a jam and crisp sandwich to be precise. That's a jelly for Americans. So bit of white bread, bit of butter, strawberry jelly, salt and vinegar crisps, more bread. There's a few snacks finer than that in this world. How am I doing with my mental health? Now, I got asked this question. I wasn't quite sure what it was particularly asking for, but I'm assuming that within the current situation, it is stressful. And let me tell you, I've been stressed. I've lost sleep because there's been points where I thought my business is going to come to an end if this pandemic goes on for 3-4 years and we can't work properly. This is not going to be sustainable. So it has been very hard for me. It's been harder for my friends in the wedding industry. I've had some friends who've had particularly bad times. But yeah, I'm doing okay. Got Moggy the cat in the studio every day. I have a pretty easy life, to be honest. There's not really much to complain about. Have I ever tried fine art photography or put work in a gallery? I don't understand what fine art photography is. I've read the definitions. But have I had an exhibition? Yes, I did. I had an exhibition when I was a young arty sort of kid. But no, not since then. I don't really have any interest in doing that sort of thing. I'd much rather do the commercial side of the business rather than the fine art side or art side, whatever it may be. I'm all about the commercial world. How do I pronounce my surname? Now, this is very much up for debate. My dad comes from a weird Spanish village, which is a Galician village. It's very small in the middle of nowhere. I think it was like families of pirates who lived there before. And I believe it's pronounced Chufino or Chufino or something like that. I don't speak to my dad that often, so I've not heard it said properly for a very long time. And my mother, who's English, she butchers it. So most people call me Chicino or Chowchino or Chichino or any one of those sort of pronunciations. And I'm pretty fine with that. Will I remove my beard? No, I will not. And here is why. My hairline is doing this, so I feel that I should migrate it all down here because eventually I will be the upside down man. And that's important to me. But furthermore from that, here's a picture of me without a beard. It's not a strong look. And also when you're taking pictures and you're doing this, what you can't see here is that I've got 20 chins coming in sort of down here. And this holds it really well. So for the behind the scenes shots for the gram alone, the beard will be staying. Now, the next question sort of brings me through to my announcement. And that is, how would I get work if I didn't have an agent? And my current agent, Graham, lovely guy, he doesn't get me work. He purely negotiates. He's a talent agent rather than a old school photo agent. And he's done a great job with me. All of my work has come through word of mouth, all of it. And I've just continuously put work out there. And I've been busy, and that's great. But I've come to a point in my career where things are changing. And it's great being busy, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm sort of just on the treadmill, which is part of the reason I started this. I was getting a bit bored. And I really want to do some things with my career that I don't have the opportunities to do in my current position. And because of that, I've actually changed to a new agent who is Lisa. And Lisa is one of the longest standing agents in the UK, and UK photo agents are amongst the best in the world. So it is a very good place to be, and she can open doors for me. And she will actually be out there pitching my work for me. She'll be taking my books to the big art buyers in the world. She'll be taking my books to the big creative directors and getting me in front of the right people so I can start shooting the commercials I want to shoot rather than just making a living, which is what I'm kind of doing now. I've got to a point where I shoot cool stuff, I shoot big jobs, but the stuff I want to do, there's like issues I have to scratch, and I want to go down that path. So I've decided to change, not through any like ill thought or any bad business between me and my previous agent. We had a very good run together, really helpful. I would never have made the money that I made without him, but it's just important to continually move on. So it's sad, I'm going to miss working with him. We've had a very long stint together, but I'm also super excited to try something new, especially with an agent as well renowned as Lisa. So very excited. So yes, but if I didn't have her, what would I do? I'd probably stick to word of mouth. I'd probably just keep producing work and putting it out there, because although I have an agent to negotiate for me, to do contracts, to get my fees and invoice, he doesn't get me work. So yeah, word of mouth, just keep putting work on Instagram, keep creating good work, follow the right people, engage with the right people, try and get meetings at the right places once you're good enough. But yeah, just get good at photography and keep posting it out there. If you enjoyed this video, let me know, because I'll do another one soon. You can just ask me all your little questions and I'll do my best to answer them all. If you're into commercial photography and this is something you'd like to do as a career, then do hit subscribe, because that's the main aim of this channel, is to help people out who are in a similar position to what I was in the past, where we just don't know what to do and we want to have a career in this, but it's like a dark art. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. And for those of you who stuck around to the end, you asked a lot of cat questions. I'm going to try and answer them, but in a softer voice, because Moggy's quite relaxed today. So this is my cat, Moggy. She is a rag doll, and despite her size, she's only about 7 months old. They grow to a pretty substantial size. I think it's 20 pounds or something like that. They're about the size of a dog. And one of the things with rag doll cats is if you pick them up, they go limp like a rag doll. So particularly good around children. She's very timid, very calm. Does the occasional bit of gnawing if you annoy her. But yes, she's very good. Aren't you, Moggs? She comes to work with me every day. She sits in the car in her seatbelt, a special little cat seat. And yeah, that's what we get up to. She's very good with the kids. She sleeps most of the day. And she's here on every shoot as well, unless the client's allergic to cats or scared of cats, in which case she stays at home with my partner. But there we go. This is Moggy. What do you think, Moggs?